Okay, we're group one. We're here to present our recommendation report for the gymnastics scheduling system. I'm Nathan. I'm Hayden. I'm Cheetan.
Khalid. Yeah. First of all, we're talking about background. DGS is a not-for-profit society that provided in fundamentals and advises gymnastic program to participate of all of the age, ability, and needs. DGS enrolled over 1,700 individual participants, made over 1.5 million in revenue. Currently, that is no formal schedule system or procedures. Anna has expressed in developing official schedule process, but not had time investigation solution. Staffing actually at DGS flexible workforce. Problem there is an efficiency flow of information between individual in the schedule process and a lack of accessibility of the information. The student schedules share 3 times each year. This can create stress for the coordinators and take up valuable administration time. Manually schedule cases communication inefficiently and lack of clarity. Worse of model with only one-way errors or no errors. IT, there is maybe more that the coach is unfamiliar with.
So for our solution, we decided to implement an information platform, and we did this through a scheduling software. The solution would provide effective communication between coordinators and coaches, having information more accessible, which would result in a more efficient scheduling system. So for our alternative analysis, we had many alternatives. Before creating the following shortlist, we chose Payworks, Shiftboard, and Deputy. Payworks is selected as an alternative because the system is currently being used for payroll. Shiftboard and Deputy are 2 highly rated solutions that have the ability to function in the current scheduling environment. As far as pricing goes, Payworks, there would be additional costs for absence and time management add-ons since they already have payroll, and they come out at $31.50 and $37.80 each, total of $69.30. Shiftboard will roughly cost $180 per month for the organization. And for Deputy, it comes with 3 packages, Starter, Premium, and Enterprise. Starter is $1.33 per employee. Premium is $4 per employee, and Enterprise is $10.64. Since Delta Gymnastics is a not-for-profit organization, they only got to pay 50% of these fees. So these fees reduced to 66 cents for Starter, $2 for Premium, and $5.32 for the Starter, for the Enterprise. So when we were choosing our solution, we came up with 2 categories for features we were looking for. One category was must-haves, so these were like 100%, we needed these for the solution. We needed instant access to information. So whenever open slides open the schedule, employees are notified. Flexible scheduling, if a new class is created, they need a quicker and efficient way of finding a replacement. Employee profiles, since all coaches have different designations for what classes they can coach, they needed that information. And shift swap capabilities, so employees can interchange their shifts with themselves so the coordinator doesn't have to get involved. And some nice to have were mobile app, alert systems, if the solution is interoperable with Payworks, and a free trial. So there wouldn't be any additional cost of implementing the full system, and if the company doesn't like it.
Okay, so we went with Deputy for our solution. The reason why we went with Deputy was because it met the most requirements, and it had a few bonus features as well. So the hardware cost for Deputy was none, because it's a web-based solution, and one option to have a check-in and check-out kiosk only needed an iPad to operate, which our gym has plenty of iPads. And then for security, the managers could have access to a whole range of administrative information, and you could limit the amount of information that coaches have. So looking at the feasibility of deputy, the economic feasibility, the problem is currently costing the gym $12,000 a year in direct costs. This is coming from inefficiencies in the scheduling process, resulting in upwards of 4 classes not being realized because of scheduling inefficiencies. So this works out to be about $12,000 a year. And then there's also an opportunity cost where coordinators have expressed that in their interviews that we've worked out that there's about $100 a year, or sorry, 100 hours a year being spent on scheduling alone. So there's a lot of room to decrease the amount of time, and there's a lot of room to also capture revenue through our solution. The technical feasibility, so the main consideration that we had was interoperability with PayWorks. The solution that we chose isn't interoperable with the PayWorks payroll solution that's being used at Delta Gymnastics. However, there's a possibility that will be interoperable in the future. We talked to the customer support representatives there, and they said if we send them some information, they could include it in their next update. But this was in our like-to-haves because it doesn't directly influence the scheduling problem. And then the operational feasibility, this was a major feasibility that we had to look at because there's a lot of procedures and policy issues with the scheduling system that if they're not addressed, the IT solution might not be successful. This includes turnover, which is a major issue for coordinators. Whenever somebody leaves due to sickness or some other unforeseen reason, the coordinator needs to get on it right away because these coaches are typically expected to have the same schedule for at least 3 months, and usually the expectation is 10 months. So turnover causes a major problem there for coordinators, and there's a lot of time dedicated to problem solving those situations. And then collaboration. Coordinators put a lot of effort into collaborating, but because of their varying schedules and already full plates, they find it very difficult to coordinate meetings and come up with one unified strategy. And so this would need to be addressed as well, because even with an IT solution, they still need to have a good strategy in place that everybody follows. And then coaches' schedules is another procedural problem. It's been pointed out that coach schedules don't result in having the required breaks. So in some cases, the employment laws are not even being followed. So this definitely needs to be addressed to increase satisfaction and decrease that turnover cost and problems. And then the last one is scheduling diversity. Coaches right now kind of get into their one program and they like to stick to it, but it would be beneficial for the whole gym if coaches were willing to jump around from one program to another and really be diverse in their coaching. This will help solve not only just scheduling problems, but it'll also foster a better culture of learning and staff development.
Okay. When it comes to implementation, we looked at the year-long calendar at the gym, and we found that the lowest volume is from May 15 till September. And that works best for us because the time frame of the implementation will take 3 months. Starting from May 15, we recommend DGS to go over the implementation in 3 phases. By the end of the 3rd phase, they will be free from their traditional scheduling process and fully depending on deputy. In the first phase will be only dealing with the free trial that deputy provides to DGS. The first task in the first phase will be testing the free trial, and this will be done from a group 2 to a 4 with at least 1 coach. Just to explain, at DGS there are 3 parties. There are the management, coordinators, and the coaches. And when it comes to testing the trial, we recommend to have a mix of all the three parties. By the end of the testing, there should be some analysis, which will be a group brainstorming on key points of advantages and disadvantages. And coordinators will be at the end of the analysis coming up with a report, sending to management. For management to come at the end of the first phase at the gateway to decide whether this is a go project or a no-go project. Second phase, this is the pre-launch. In this phase, there will be a representative from deputy sent to the gym in order to train employees on the use of the new system. Before starting with deputy, there are some policies and procedures that need to be developed from coordinators and management that makes the gym matches the new system in order for the scheduling system to work smoothly. Once policies and procedures are identified, they can go ahead and register an account with deputy. And then they will be dealing with a representative from deputy and starting the data import process. This will be during the training sessions of coordinators. In the training sessions, coordinators and their trainer will be uploading data to the system. Then coordinators and management can test once again at this level, test deputy, and come up again with a decision if this is a go or a no-go project. Last phase, and that is the launch. This is when coordinators and management decide to take on coaches and train them on the new process. Once coaches are fully trained, at that point we could consider that the implementation is at its end and DGS is ready to be free from its old process. There will be an ongoing support even after the end of the implementation, and the ongoing support will be looking for any room of improvement, whether it was in the process or whether it was in the same application. And this is the time frame, starting from May 15 until August 15. The longest phase will be the second phase, and that's from June till July 15. Each phase has distinguished tasks, and by the end of August 15, DGS will be free from its old process. Next, contingency plan, back to Nathan.
Okay, so we looked at two things that we need to be planning for. One was possible delays in the project, and the other one is information security. So looking at the delays in the project, we saw that one issue that's already been discussed is coordinators having the time and ability to meet. So we need to develop a plan to make sure that we can have these meetings happen and have coordinators working together for the implementation. One recommendation that we make is that a little bit of time is added to each of the weekly coordinator meetings. These are meetings that already happen. All coordinators know that's in their schedule and they're there. So it would be simplest or easiest to be able to add a little bit of time before or after that meeting. So our suggestion, balancing interests. So each coordinator has different scheduling procedures and different scheduling needs. So one area that we need to plan for is balancing the interests of those. If the interests aren't able to be met, then one more minute, right? Yeah. Then somebody might need to come in as a mediator to help them figure out the best process. And then the other one is training. If coordinators aren't able to learn a new process, they need to be able to figure that out. And then for looking at information security, we need to be backing up. They need to be backing up all of their data so that if deputy crashes and loses information, the downtime will be minimal. And then if there's a problem on DGS's part, we need to mitigate those chances of risk. So they need to be making sure they have strong passwords and always logging off of their computers so that the information is never available. So we believe our recommendation will help solve DGS's scheduling problem now and as it continues to grow.